Can you hear me? Yes, I can hear you. Wow, that's really weird. Hey dudes, John here, and welcome back to another Minecraft survival guide. Today we're going to be doing a survival guide in the Nether. This was suggested by a good viewer of ours, actually, that chimes in quite a bit on the comment section and watches quite a bit of our videos. Really appreciate them very, very much. And their name is KC Diamond. And yeah, I appreciate the suggestion. I recorded this actually a few weeks ago, and I didn't like it. I didn't like the end result. It was really, really poorly laid out. I thought I was really haphazardly kind of slapping it together. So I did have it done, but I wanted to redo it and redo it properly. So I found some time today, and here we are. I hope everybody's doing well. I know everybody's kind of locked indoors, or not locked indoors, but you know what I mean. They're stuck at home and not doing a whole lot. And hopefully you're playing a whole lot of fun games, watching some good TV, and hopefully you're getting some exercise. Maybe with your thumbs on controllers or clickety clicks on your mouse and keyboard. Anyways, dude, so let's go ahead and jump right into this. This is what I do when I go jump into the Nether for the first time in a game. After that, it just changes a little bit from here or there. But yeah. So you're gonna need to prepare. You always need to prepare before you go in to said Nether. But if you didn't want to prepare and you wanted to jump right in, all you really need is 10 obsidian, flint and steel, and you're good to go. Hop on in. Good luck. But I like to prepare. I like to go in and make sure we have the things that we need. The first thing you're going to want to make sure you have, this is not late game, but this is like after you've gone mining, at least a little bit. You know, you've made your mine shaft and you've gone down level 12 and you dug up a few diamonds and you got a bunch of iron, you got a bunch of everything, right? So we've done a whole lot of that in this game. We got a whole lot of materials here. And don't forget to collect the gold. I know gold is like not a really big important thing in the game currently, but it will be very, very shortly when the 1.16 update hits. Right now we are in the snapshot. I think that we're still in snapshot 20W 12A, I think is what it is. And yeah, so the new Nether is what we have currently. So this is not the old Nether that I'm going to be jumping into, although the rules will still apply for that. We're just going to be able to get a lot more loot now and a lot more cool things in the Nether and be able to hunt for things in the Nether as well. So anyway, first thing you want to do is if you've gone and collected a bunch of diamonds, like we got a little bit of diamonds that are stacking some change, leave the diamond armor behind. It's valuable. You're gonna want to convert that later on anyway when you collect the materials in the Nether to make that into netherite armor. Anyhow, grab your iron armor. It will do the trick. And don't forget one piece of gold armor. One piece, any piece. I usually use the helmet because it's the least important. So there we go. And I have enchanted everything with fire protection because we are going into the Nether. If you have that option, you should do so. If you don't have that option, don't worry about it. It's not a big deal. It just does help. Also, feather falling on your boots. So most of the time when I play Minecraft, I only ever wear boots. And that's because I fall a lot. So I try to go and get feather falling on my boots. Times a day. Okay, there we go. All right, 9 times a day. Hey, we got rid of the rain. I hate the rain. Despise the rain. Totally hate the rain. Okay, so now we need things to go into said Nether. You're gonna collect things. These are the things you want to prepare. It's gonna look like it's gonna look like a really big list. It's really not. It's not that bad. Let's check it out. You're gonna want a sword, a pickaxe, an axe, a hoe, and a shovel. The reason for that is because, again, the new Nether, if you're going into the old Nether, the old original Nether, the one that exists on every other system right now, you don't need any of this stuff. You can probably get away with just the pickaxe and the sword. You don't need the rest of it. But now there's wood in the Nether, and there's stuff to use the hoe in the Nether, and then sand. I guess, yeah, for soul sand, you may want to bring a shovel. So every time I go in there, no matter what, no matter which version of the Nether, I bring a furnace and a crafting table. Don't forget the food. Always bring the food. I always forget the food, so I try to always remind myself, bring the dang food. I bring myself a half a stack of iron. That way, if some of my tools break, I can make them there without having to come back home. Again, bring some sticks. You don't have to bring a stack of logs. I bring them anyway to make more things if I need to, like chests and whatnot. I will bring 4 chests with me almost every single time, especially now with it again with the updated version of the Nether. There's a lot more loot, so you're going to need to unload your inventory a lot more. So I always bring more chests now. Before I would bring 2 chests. Now I'm bringing 4 because a lot of stuff. Some coal to make torches, a stack of torches because you're gonna freaking need them. I promise. I don't need the food yet. What else? Gold. This again for the new nether. This is going to be for trading because the piglins like to trade for gold and they give some really, really good stuff. So don't forget the gold. Bring a couple fence gates. If one will be sufficient, that's just a door to your little base you're going to build down there. That'll be fine. And then a flint to make your flint and steel. A single cauldron, and this is an odd one. Most people don't think about bringing this, but bring it, I promise you, and bring a bucket of water. Don't pour the bucket of water anywhere. It's going to be to put out yourself if you do get caught on fire in case of an emergency only. That's what this is for. It's like a fire extinguisher two-parter. You'll see what I mean. And then bring as much cobblestone as you like. I usually bring 8 or more because I love to make sure my base is secure, and then anywhere I'm going to, I have nice secure areas to walk to. That way, if a gas blasts me, I don't get my butt kicked. The 2 other things I completely forgot you're going to need are going to be a bow, and don't forget some arrows. If you can bring a stack, because you're gonna need those to kill the ghast. I completely forgot about those, but that's like one of the things I always forget and have to go back home for. Every single time. I don't think I've ever gone into the nether going, yeah, I'm gonna go, got my bow. Here we go. Let's go kill some freaking ghast. No, I always freaking forget because I'm a dum-dum. And then we're gonna need to build the nether portal itself. So that's pretty simple. You're gonna need, like I said, you could just go and dig up 10 obsidian, a flint and a steel. And then you can take said flint and steel and you throw it in your crafting little table and you slap it in there and you make yourself a flint and steel. And you also want to make sure you go into the nether with a flint and steel. So now you can place down, your 10 blocks, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And you can light it up and you have yourself a nether portal. However, if you want to get into the nether without having to use a diamond pickaxe, you can absolutely do that. You're going to need, grab yourself some dirt, grab yourself a couple buckets of water, and a bucket of lava, or just an empty bucket. But most of the time in the overworld, especially in, the plains biomes, you're going to find little pools of lava like this. And as long as it's got more than 10 source blocks, you're good to go. I promise you'll be all right. So we're going to make ourselves a endless water supply. We're going to go bam, bam, and we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. And we're going to make ourselves an endless water supply. And there, that's one way to make an endless water supply. Another way is this. 1, 2, 3. You only need to do 1 and 2. There you go. That works as well. So you got a few ways you can do that. You can make these bigger, obviously. Make that longer. You can make this bigger. Any which way you like, you can do that. Let's clear the weather because I hate the freaking rain. Anyway, so we got ourselves our endless water supply. We're going to go ahead and we're going to make ourselves nether portal. We're going to dig 2 holes down there, just like this. We're going to place a bucket of lava in there. And above it, not right on top of it, kind of like over here, we're going to go, tga, and remove that. And then it placed 1 block of obsidian for you. That's great. So now you go back and you grab yourself some more lava and you go, tga, and you place that there and you place a block there. Now in survival, your bucket gets empty. So you don't have to use a block of dirt to block off the spot of, watch, if I go and grab a bucket and I want to place a thing of lava right here, I'm going to put 2 dirt like this. I'm going to put down my lava. I'm going to put down my water like this. And I can grab this empty bucket and go, and it picks it up. Now that way you don't waste the water. You don't have to keep going back and filling up again every single time. Now you can remove that block of dirt. You can put another block there and another block there and another block there. So you can stand on it and then put your lava in there and your water and remove it. Yeah, look at that. Now you can do the same thing on this side. Water, obsidian. See, look at that. Now we're building our nether portal without having to use a diamond pickaxe, and it's absolutely possible. You just need a decent amount of dirt to do it. And I always use dirt as scaffolding, stuff like this, because it just makes life a lot easier for you. And it makes for easy construction of stuff like this. So I can go lava, water, and boom. Okay, the lava there. If you put the water right on top, well, here it failed because I'm in creative. But if I was in survival, the lava would turn into cobblestone, and you don't want that. So you want to put it to the side of it and go, yeah. Okay, so now we have our basic construction of our nether portal, and we just need to do the top portion, the top 2 bits. We can go, oops, right there and right there. And we're going to put down I'm going to put down 2 things of lava. If you have 2 buckets, you can just do 2 things of lava. And you can kind of just put the one thing over it, and it'll make them both at the same time. There you go. You got yourself bucket of lava turned to obsidian. Now you can remove all this dirt. You don't have to remove those 2 in the corner if you don't want to. You can just leave them there. So we got everything we need. We are ready to go. Now we've built our nether portal either with lava and water, or just simply by putting up 10 blocks of obsidian and just go, yeah. Now I can jump on in. Let's go ahead. Now be careful when you jump in. Sometimes it gets placed on an edge. And imagine if this came in on like right there. That's happened to me where it's like, near. Look at this. Look at this. And it's happened to me where this is, look where it got built. That's insane. I have literally walked out and this is what's out there. We're on a, holy moly. We're on a little tiny ledge of this nether. So the first thing you're going to want to do when you're up here, and because we're on this little tiny ledge, can you imagine if a gas came by and just blasted us right now? We would be absolutely toast. Look at this, we already found gold. Yay. This is nether gold. This is fantastic. See, look at this, nether gold. So what we're going to do is we're going to grab all that cobblestone that we have, and we're going to put a chest down, and we're going to put all of our stuff in here. All right, we have all this cobblestone, and we're going to do is we're going to replace the ground. Be careful. Look at this. When you punch a hole, you're going to fall into a bed of lava. If a gas comes by right now, we are absolutely toast. Luckily, we're creative, and it's not that big of a deal. We want to protect our little tiny peninsula up here on the plateau, whatever the crap this is, in the middle of nowhere, and protect it with some... that sucks. Protect it with some cobblestone. And I'm going to put some cobblestone down here because we're going to actually dig this up in a little bit. So we're going to go ahead and protect this by putting a nice little base. We're going to build a nice little base around us. A little fort, should we say. Kind of like this. Boom. I don't want any of this to get destroyed. I really don't, because I think it's really cool that we already found nether gold. I didn't think it was going to be easily found. So we're going to go ahead and protect this whole entire area like so. And then we're going to build this up probably about there. So that's 2 blocks, 3 blocks high, 4 blocks high total, because we want it to be the height of the nether portal. Now, you don't have to use solid blocks. You can use half slabs just to save material, and that's probably a lot more prudent, a lot more frugal with your materials. Is probably a good idea because it'll last you a lot longer. But we're in survival and we don't really care. I mean, we're in creative. We don't really care all that much, but we do want to make sure we build this little house thingamafinger, and that is the technical term for it is thingamafinger. Look at that, dude! I could have just walked right into that. Dude, this is like scaring the holy bejesus out of me. I'm like super happy I'm in creative right now because I think I would be really, really like frightened to be playing this game right now. I feel like I would die every couple minutes. Okay, so we're going to build this up a little bit. We're going to put a nice little cap on here as far as windows go. And then we're going to do that. I can hear the gas. I can hear him coming. All right, and then we're going to go ahead and we're going to place down some of our other things really fast. We still want to make sure this whole area is protected because this entire thing is floating, it looks like. And if a gas blasts us while we're outside of our little base, we too will die here as well. And this is a really, really terrible location for our portal. Sorry, but it is. Because I don't know how else. I guess we can get to the nether that way. And we want to make sure this whole area is pretty well covered. And I'm actually going to build a wall in this area. I'm really concerned that we're just going to get annihilated in a second. And I'm going to actually put up a wall of cobblestone right here, only to not get, just so I don't get blasted into oblivion right there. If I do get hit with a gassed fireball, I don't get knocked back into nothingness down there and die. Because I don't want to die. I want to die. Gates, however, things can't open those, so I always put gates up because they feel a lot more secure. We're also going to go ahead and grab our furnace and our crafting table and place those down. And then in the crafting table, we want to take some of this cobblestone and go bam, and make some half slabs. And the reason we're going to make some half slabs is because we want windows, but we don't want to get shot through them. But even though like the piglins can still shoot us, we don't want baby things to come through. And gas fireballs have a harder time to get through these little slots than not. All right, there we go. And there we go. So we just got little windows so we can see outside, and that helps, I promise. And then we can go ahead and cap this off. And then that's what I would probably use for everything else in the nether as far as walkways, walking paths, and things like that you're going to build out of cobblestone. I would just use half slabs for the rest of it because it'll just save you on materials from here on out. Like anywhere we want to go, we want to make sure that we have a nice path to walk on, so that way if a gas comes by, we don't get killed. Now you get deeper in the nether, not that big of a deal. Things are not going to really hit you over here, but over in this area, you want to make sure that this is nice and guarded. So now we have ourselves our base, basically a little house, our nether home. After you build your little house here, you're gonna want to notate where you're at. Always know where you're at in the nether. That's always fantastic. Hit F3 if you're on your computer, and we're gonna write down our coordinates or do a screenshot if you like. If you're on console, you're gonna have to turn map coordinates on so you can see where you're at. So say we make our way over this way and we run into a piglin. Now remember, if you don't have gold on, he's gonna attack you. He's gonna kill you. So now we could take our gold and we can give him a piece. And he's got this little piece of gold, and eventually he's going to drop something for us. Hopefully he doesn't throw it into the fire. What do we get? What do we get? He gave us a splash potion of fire resistance. That's freaking cool. And you can keep doing this. This is not something that you can just do once. You can give him another piece. And a few seconds later, he'll give you something else. 9 pieces of glowstone for a gold ingot. That's fantastic. Come back, homie. There you go. There you go. What you got for me? What you got? Fire chargers. 5 of them. And you can keep doing this. I mean, you can do this all day. You can just sit here and trade with them and not get anything else in the nether, and you end up with some decent stuff. What do we get? 2 pieces of crying obsidian. I don't even know what crying obsidian does, but you know, we got some. A piece of obsidian. All right. Again, this stuff is not like super great, but it's not bad either. It's like, seems to me like it's a lot better than some of the stuff you get from villagers half the time until they get ranked way up. Like these guys, you don't have to worry about ranking them up. They just are giving you good, decent stuff. And it may be good, it may be crap. But look at that, I got 15 nether brick. I mean, I don't even have to find a nether fortress. I mean, I guess I can make nether brick out of nether rack. But, you know, you got some nether quartz. All right, so there we go. So we got ourselves a decent amount of stuff. So we got, you know, a nice collection of things just from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 blocks of gold. And I'm going to go ahead, we're going to throw these into the fire because we use them. We use them. So the axe is great for, there's all the wood that we have here in the Nether now. This wood is awesome. I mean, I absolutely love the fact that it's pink, and then there's the warped version of it, the crimson, not crimson. This is crimson. The other stuff is warped. That's right. Then there's the the warp blocks, the Nether warp blocks, and we're going to use a hoe now to break those. So that's fantastic, as well as the shroom lamps. The shroom lamps, you need a hoe for those, and that's why we brought the hoe. And used to be not a very useful tool, but now it's very, very useful. It has an absolutely good use for here in the Nether, as well as some of the stuff under the water, and some hay and things like that. So there we go. The shroom lamps, I think, are probably my favorite update here in the Nether as far as lighting goes. That and then the soul lamps, I think, are really freaking cool. I don't know how to make those yet. I'll figure them out. So there's our homie back here, and then we can use the axe to chop down as much of this tree as we want. Now these trees, though, they don't despawn like trees in the overworld, so you don't have to worry about removing the entire thing. And there's such a mess of stuff above that I don't think it matters. These are really cool. Most of the stuff is just decorative, not very practical. Other than the Nether block, the Nether block is the Nether warp block is probably the most practical thing that you can get. And then you want to throw down a couple more chests, but you want to make sure you have one chest with you at any given time. But now we can take all this stuff and we can throw it in here, and this is all of our loot that we've gotten so far. And it's pretty good. I hear that ghast. I hear that dang ghast. All right, let's go find them. We probably want to light the area up a little bit. Let's go ahead and light it up. I mean, it doesn't look like it's very dark in here, but you always want a little bit of light so things don't spawn in, and it's nice to have a little extra light. Even though there's plenty of shroom lamps. We're going to go ahead and remove this gold as well. Hopefully, there's no hole underneath it. Now, this doesn't translate the same as regular gold. It just turns into these ingots. You don't have to actually smelt it. These little nuggets, I mean. There we go. And we're going to put a little wall up here so that way we don't get blasted off. Yeah, it's probably a pretty good idea. Okay. So that's this is the basics of the Nether. We can kind of hang out here, collect materials. We can probably strip this whole area of materials, and we got one piglin to trade with. That's great. But whoa, I feel like something hit me, but I didn't see what it was. And if we can make our way down this way, you can build a bridge over to that side there, and we can make our way down to that part of the Nether as well, and get down further so we can get some of the goodies to make ourselves netherite. Netherite is probably one of the most important things in the Nether now, but not to say that there wasn't anything important before. Okay, so now you go to anywhere you go, make sure you create yourself nice little bridges. And I did a one by bridge over here, and then I put kind of walls on either side. And the reason why I did that is if a gas comes up this way and pops me, I'm not going to get blasted off this way, and vice versa. If they come up this side and pop me, I'm not going to fall off this way. I'll get hit, that's fine, but at least I won't die. And then I kind of made myself a staircase down, and always use stairs if you can. That way you can run up a lot faster than if you just did a single block. Now, I always put walls on the one side that's most widely open to the outside world. And that way, if a gas comes by this way, two things happen. One, I don't get hit. I have a less chance of it. And two, your path back home isn't going to get destroyed because one, it's made out of stone, and two, it's blocked by stone. That way you have a nice path, safe path that's all cobblestone to get yourself back to your house with all your things intact. Now, most of the time I don't keep inventory on, so that's something that's really, really rather important to me. And then once you get down here, if you're in survival, I'm in creative right now. If you're in survival, these guys will attack you if they're not being attacked already. The hoglins here, they will attack you. And if there's 3 of them, they're going to kill you. They are a good source of food, but they hit like a small truck. So be really careful when you're around these guys, because they will chase you and they will murder your face. Be careful. That's all I'm saying. Be careful. Now, if you start wandering off in a single direction, do 2 things. Make sure you always make sure you create yourself a path so it doesn't look like the regular terrain. You can kind of tell that it's something that you did. You can do this two ways. One, by digging things up, making it look a lot more smooth like this. And then two, by placing down a single block of cobblestone and putting a torch on it. One, it lights up the path. Not that you need it much more because of all the shroom lamps that are around, but at least you can see something that's completely different color than the normal things in the nether. If you go through and you go and grab a piece of the crimson and you place it down, you put a torch on it, that's not going to be as noticeable as that cobblestone right there. So always put down cobble before you put down a torch. Now you kind of mark your path and you can find yourself an easy way in to wherever it is you're headed to. And it's kind of like leaving breadcrumbs, right? So we're coming through here. I can't see that. If I can't see that anymore, it's probably a good idea to take, your hoe and start smacking some of these things so you can still see your path home and you know which way home is. You want to keep it marked and you want to be able to see where you're headed. I mean, again, keep an eye out for these dudes because they do hit like a truck. And they're not. That's 3. That's 4. That's 5. That's 6. Jeez. 7 freaking hits to kill that dude. I'm sure they weren't the most powerful hits, but nonetheless, that is an awful lot. Okay, let's go ahead and go this way. Again, and if you want to make yourself a path, always try to use stairs if you can. And this does a few things for you. One, it keeps your path home safe, and two, you can see the cobblestone from far away, and you know how to get home without having to hippity hop all the way home. You can literally just run and book it to your house, back to your nether portal if you have to, if you're really low on health and you just want to get out of here. Okay, so now we found ourselves all the way over here. Again, we'll place down one single block and we'll throw a torch on it, and that does help. The thing that's really challenging to find in the new nether is nether fortresses. You don't tend to spawn next to them as easily, and if you do, they're really hard to spot now because of all the things in the way. You have all this foliage, all these trees and nether wart and everything else in your way that it just really becomes hard to find. So when you do find one, make sure you have a nice safe path to it and a nice safe path home from it. So let's go ahead and head back home and let's go find ourselves a nether fortress and kind of give you a few ideas, tips and hints on how to react and how to act in a nether fortress, because that's probably the most dangerous place you can be in the nether. Hey homie, now we got ourselves a built-in trader. Keep that gold hat on because you're gonna need it. So if you have a what do you call a silk touch pickaxe, you can get the nether gold ore and you can smelt it and you get a full ingot. If you break the nether gold ore, it just turns into nuggets. So that's kind of a shame, but silk touch pickaxe is going to be rather important. If you're on console, you're going to have to turn map coordinates on, or if you're on the Xbox edition or PlayStation edition, you're just going to have a map in hand so you can see where you're at. If you don't build walls like this, or if you're standing on top of a wall like this and there's a cliff, always, I mean, this is probably good practice in the regular game of Minecraft. Hold crouch. On the keyboard, it's shift. On your console, is it X? I can't remember, to be honest. Always crouch when you're near an edge, because you never know when you're going to get popped or you just kind of slip off and fall into a fiery ball of lava and just perish. Look at this. You can die on either side. I don't want to do that. I don't want to die. I want to stay. Come on out, homie. Come on out. I really only put the gates up if other mobs come through. I really don't care about the piglins because, again, they're pretty passive as long as you have gold armor on, some form of gold armor on. And I do. See? Hey, my hat. Like my hat. I like my hat. It's a gold hat. Let's go find a nether fortress. Another really important notice in Minecraft, in the nether, is that lava flows like water. Hey, you scare the crap out of me. Lava flows like water in the nether. So you have to be really careful to not get torched by lava because, like I said, it moves just like water. Okay, so if you burrowed your way through like a little bit of a tunnel to kind of get into one of the rooms in the Nether, always make yourself a nice like entrance type of thing, and then you can simply block it off with anything if you need to, just to kind of get it moving, or you can use that extra piece of fence gate that you had brought with you, and you can place that there. That way, nothing can kind of get back into your tunnel except for you, or your entrance and exit except for you, so nothing can chase you out. The tricky part with the Nether fortress is that there are many places for things to hide, much like this wither skeleton that I'm looking at right around the corner over here. He sees me and he scares me, so I can kind of kill him from here. He would have given me wither effect. Now, the one thing I didn't bring with me, and is probably a bit of a shame that I completely forgot about it, was a bucket of milk. A bucket of milk goes a long ways. If you do get the wither effect, at least one bucket of milk will help. Now, if you don't want to explore the entire thing all at once, you can simply grab some of that cobblestone that you brought with you, and you can block off one side. And you can put down some kind of marker showing that you haven't been there yet. That you still want to go that direction. So you always want to mark the direction you're going, and that's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to kind of run through here, and I'm going to run in this general direction, and I'm going to peek around corners. Always grab the bow and arrow, and okay, there's just a piglin there, and there's nothing. Oh, he scared the holy bejesus out of me. There's a whole lot of glowstone over there. There's nothing over here though, but if we don't want anything to spawn in there, we can simply block that off, and we can put a torch right in the center, and that way we know that we've already been that way and there's nothing for us to see there. Now we can go this way as well, and there's the blue, the warped biome, and that looks really freaking cool. And there is a gas there. Hey homie. Oh, my aim is terrible. Ooh, I got him. This guy keeps on scaring me. We could have high-fived him and he would have fallen to his death. I'm crouching right now, by the way. There's an Enderman down there. Oh, should we get him? Oh, he disappeared. There's that. So this area here doesn't look like it's going to kind of pan out to be much. It's just another room, and it looks like we can go up top over here, and I'm going to light this up a little bit because it feels really dark. And this is blaze. This is another issue too. Blaze spawners are fantastic. Blaze, in all honesty, it takes a lot for them to kill you. So I would really kind of limit their access to you by building kind of a doorway. That's one. That way they can't just attack you freely from all angles. There is a wither skeleton as well, so there's a little bit of danger right over here, and we want to make sure that we don't get blindsided by all this danger. Okay, so there is a spawner up here, and what we're going to do is we're going to block this spawner off a little bit, and that way, two things. One, we can use it later on to create a farm, to create a blaze farm. And two, to kind of keep ourselves safe from getting blasted by bow and arrows from the skeletons on the other side and from the gas themselves. So we kind of saved ourselves right there. This guy can, you can high five him and he can just eat it. There's some basalt right there, which is an amazing material to get. We probably want to grab some of that as well. It doesn't do anything. It's just decorative. Anyway, so we've already been here. We know that there's not much here. If we've gotten all the basalt that we want to, we go back down here and we would just clearly just block this off if there's nothing else to see. If we're done there, we're done, and that's it. We don't need to go there anymore. We can kind of cut through here and take a look to see if there's anything down here, and this looks like it's pretty blocked off as well. So for the most part, the only thing that's up here is this blaze spawner, and that'll prove to be handy later on when we come more equipped to create a blaze farm. But for now, we're done with that. Let's go on downstairs and continue our journey through the Nether Fortress. Again, if you're in the Nether Fortress and you're on an edge, always hold down shift because you don't know how far you're going to fall to your death over here. That's a pretty far fall. You'll take some damage. With feather falling boots, it won't be as bad as without. We can go this way, and we can break up some of this glowstone because glowstone dust is fantastic. So we can make some more glowstone, and it's good for potions later on. Hey, homie, look. These guys are not that challenging to kill, and I am on fire, but I'll be fine. Okay, so this is where we came in, and I want to go back this way. So there are a few things that we still haven't seen over there on one side, so I am going to place So yeah, so now you can kind of navigate through another fortress without getting lost. You can kind of keep staying to one side and kind of running through and blocking off the areas you've been. And it kind of gives you a nice, safe path to kind of walk around. I mean, as safe as you could possibly be in another fortress, but nonetheless, it's not bad. And it makes life a little bit easier as far as navigating through and getting lost. I've gotten lost in another fortress numerous times, and I don't plan on ever getting lost again. And that's why I kind of do that whole little create my own maze scenario through the Nether. It's the Nether fortress itself. Never, ever, ever place a bed down in the Nether. If you do get caught on fire, the reason why I say grab this cauldron and this water, if you get yourself caught on fire, the best thing you can do, like actually caught on fire and you're low on health and you're gonna, oh no, hold on. I'm gonna die. It's really helpful, but it does use some of the water, so you can no longer pick that water back up. So it's really just in the case of an emergency. If you want more water, you'll have to go back, either bring more buckets of water, go back and grab some more. Don't place the bed down, because this is what's going to happen if you place the bed down. I'm going to show you guys. I'm going to put a bed down, and I'm going to sleep. You die. It creates such a big freaking explosion. Don't do it. Don't do it. And then lastly, if you didn't want to, spawn back at home, and you want to make sure you have a spawn point back in the Nether, in the new Nether, with the new update, you can create yourself one of these great little guys here, and it takes a full glowstone, not glowstone dust. So it takes 4 full glowstone, and it creates that for you. So if you're gonna create yourself, a bed, and you're gonna end up dying, it will give you a life back. So make sure you set yourself a spawn point, so that way I can right click. There we go. After you have that, we have nothing in your hand. You can create spawn like that, and you're on the edge here, and you're looking, and you forget to hold shift, and you go, oh no, and you get bumped off, and you die. And now you can respawn. See, I got tried to swim in lava to escape a hoglin. That's how I died. Look at this. It uses up 1. You have 4 respawn points right here, so you can go back and go get your things, except for, I died because I got bumped, not because... So, do it again. Hey. No. Hey, look, man. I got 2. Come on. This is not funny anymore, guys. You're not very nice. Look, you little turkey. They used to be passive, the little babies, but now they're not. Look at you can smack them around. You hit me, I'm gonna smack you back. I'm gonna smack you back. No. Bad hoglin. Anyways, dudes, I hope you guys enjoyed that survival guide to the Nether, from the Nether, and for the Nether. And I don't know what I'm saying anymore. I hope you guys are staying safe. I hope you guys are enjoying your time off, and you're still learning something in some online schooling, at least. I really hope that's the case. Yeah, if you guys do like this video, if you want to see more tutorials like this, and maybe one on the end, who knows? Let me know by simply smashing that like button down below. It's greatly appreciated. Or let me know something in the comments section. Hey, you hated this. Hey, you love this. Or hey, John, you completely forgot about this, which happens a lot because my brain is mush half the time. And if you guys are at all new to this channel, if you guys want to, please go ahead and subscribe. It's greatly appreciated. And while you're at it, if you want to click that stupid little bell down below as well, it turns on notifications and it lets you dudes and dudettes sometimes know when we upload our videos. Until next time, guys, see ya.